What is up, and welcome to BAM Teacher Tech. In this edition, I'm going to do a walkthrough of the HyperDoc lesson plan template for upper grades as given to Loudoun County Public School teachers as far as a framework to use for your students about how to deliver content in this new online digital world. So here we have the lesson plan that's pulled up here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link in the description below about how you can make your own copy inside of Google Drive. So it might be something to click on and that you look at as I'm doing this tutorial here. So inside of this, obviously there's some key things you want to change. You want to obviously change your lesson title, and you want to make a really kind of fun, catchy kind of title, and then add some descriptions as far as hey, here's how to use this document, here's expectations, here are some directions inside of there. So just like you would give directions in your classroom, this would be a great place in this upper section here to give directions. So this lesson plan is broken down into several sections that we'll talk about one at a time. The first section is called Engage. And so with this Engage section, obviously you want to have a hook for your lesson. You want to find engaging content out there that is school appropriate to put in this section. And so great places to go. You might find some creative YouTube videos that people have made. In this for this right here, somebody found a HyperDoc to link inside of this HyperDoc. And so I know that in my discussions with several teachers, they say, well, I've already made content. So this HyperDoc lesson plan for upper grades is a great landing place for that. And so say if I click on the Legends HyperDoc, this will open up what somebody else has made that's really eye-catching and pleasing. And so inside of here, they have directions, spend 15 minutes exploring the links, and the kids can just kind of go and explore at their own pace inside of here. And to note though is that you can actually force a Google slideshow to go to a specific slide. And so if I went and I used please use slide 6 and I open up that same lesson, you might see it opens up starting the same, but then it jumps down to slide number 6. So some fun ways that you can link it up, because inside Google Slides, each slide has its own unique URL address. So something that you can link in there. So as I continue on, we have an explore section. So just like the engage section, this might go a little deeper into the content to, you start to pique curiosity. Kids are clicking on links that they really want to take a look at. You have an explain section. So in this, this is going to be like your direct instruction section for content. So we're really focusing on key vocabulary, steps and processes, key content that they can take a look at. So obviously this can be done written, this can be done via video. They can obviously explore another HyperDoc. So you can see in here we have an explore, explain, apply HyperDoc built in here. And so this HyperDoc is a Google Doc. So just some different ways to structure your Google Docs here. And so they have an explore section where they watch a video and then they type a response in. So this type of HyperDoc might be really great to make a copy for every student inside of your Google Classroom. As I continue on, the next sections are really going to be focused about how students can apply what they are learning and how they can reflect upon their learning. And so inside the apply section, you can be as creative as possible. And so students can do either collaborative work or independent work. So we really don't think that because students are home, they haven't been talking to one another. And so if you have any teenagers or any young ones, they've probably been online trying to find ways to connect with their friends, either through something as simple as Roblox, or they're using Xbox Live, or they're in a Minecraft server. Wherever they're at, they're connecting with one another. And so maybe this is a good time where they can find ways to connect based on your content, to learn something new and to create something during this time. Or you can have them obviously do independent work as well. And so anything that they do at home, I would really encourage you for them to make a video explaining what they've done in the video. And so the questions come up, how do we know who does the work? Is it a parent who does the work? So if a kid is recording a video explaining their artifact, that is gold right there all day long. And so obviously you want to be able to share the things that they're doing. And so this might be maybe you have the students upload an artifact into a Google Drive folder where other students can see what has been made after all the learning has been done. And then obviously you want to try to find ways for them to reflect on the content that they have just experienced. And so, just like your exit ticket, this would be a place for your exit ticket. And then you have extension activities. And so these might be things that if students find the lesson very fascinating and they want to learn more and they're really excited about that, this is a place where you can kind of provide some extra resources for them to extend their learning. And so this is our brief overview of the HyperDoc lesson plan template for upper grades. If you have any questions, feel free. You can direct message me on Twitter at BAMTeacherTech, or you can email me at william.peterson@lcps.org. And so during this time, I'd love to connect with you face-to-face also. And so I'll be sharing some information about how to do that in the future via Google Meet. But feel free to email me. I can always send you the Google Meet code for you to jump in, and if you have any other thoughts, comments, or questions. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial about using the HyperDoc lesson plan template for upper grades.